Hey, good morning, everybody. It is Monday, June the 8th, 2026, and we are in Hampstead, Maryland. 64 degrees here today. Comfortable outside, another sunny day. Let's wake up Rosie. Rosie, go.
Connected to YouTube Livestream
There you
X9BH7IZXPI4. Connected to
Good to
YouTube
YouTube.
Livestream X9BH7IZXPI4.
Okay, Rosie, thank you. Thank you for that. So she's on. We're ready to roll. Now, today's a little weird. We don't have a Lenny's delivery today. We only have Gourmet Girls and What a Day. So apparently they didn't. We called them just to say, hey, and then I think we got through to somebody, but then they were on hold forever. So, but anyway, they didn't call, so we don't have anything to take to Lenny's today. But we've got a pretty good sized delivery to Gourmet Girls, and then we've got kind of the normal, little light on What a Day. So What a Day's finally kind of like gone back to a normal delivery. They had a very busy weekend, all weekend. So here we go. Let's get out there and pursue some happiness. Lights on, seatbelts, reverse. Here we go. I think the boxes we've got in the back are not likely to shift very much. So we don't have to worry too much about that today. It's Monday morning, so I would suspect, actually, we're a little early. I guess because I didn't have to load up Lenny's. Nobody coming. Nobody's coming. That's weird. Monday morning. Nobody. No commuters coming from the left. So, starting out a little quiet. Starting out quiet. It's not a bad thing. Now, I just thought of something as we're pulling away. The Gourmet Girls, usually I can't get there much before 6. So it normally works out pretty good. I go to Lenny's, it takes 10, 15 minutes. So we've probably got a little time to, we're certainly in no rush, let's put it that way. We're in no rush to get to the Gourmet Girls this morning. Got a nice sunrise coming up. I'm trying to think if there's a different way I could go. Monday morning. Looks like we have no clouds in the sky, so the sunrise is just the colors. There's no cloud pattern over there. It looked like today's weather was going to be kind of a little cloudy in the middle of the day, but basically a sunny day. I mean, it'll be partly cloudy for a couple hours in the middle of the day, but it was going to be sunny before and after that. There's quite a sunrise happening behind us. We're just driving in the wrong direction. Look, I'll go around the circle so you can see the sunrise. Check it out. Check it out. Yeah, look at that. Look at that sunrise. See? It's like one of those sunrises where it's just the colors. There's no cloud patterns in there. We can just keep going around the circle. Oh, man. This little commuter crowd caught up to me pretty quick. Now we got the commuters. One cycle around the traffic circle, and this little group caught up to us.
Then 247 says good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing? Happy Monday morning. They have, on the right-hand side of the road there, they have like one of those memorials set up. You know, like if somebody's in a car accident and they put a little cross and some flowers and stuff, I guess where the accident happened. Well, they have that, and they also have lights in it. It's like lit up. Very unusual. So we left the bakery a little early this morning. I don't know if we're going to have to kill some time when we get down to Gourmet Girls, because we do not have a delivery to Lenny's. We'll ride by Lenny's just to check their sign. I'm sure their sign is still out. But, you know, we ought to look at it just to be sure. I'm going to let this car go by. Come on, go ahead, go ahead. There you go. So we'll ride by Lenny's, but I usually can't get to Gourmet Girls much before 6. Maybe 10 minutes before 6. It doesn't really take me that long to get down there, so we might have to do a side trip down there. I don't know if they are. Look at how far Pimlico is. Oh, you know what? Maybe we shouldn't have let this car pass. You know how I was in the traffic circle and said, "Oh, let me let this car go by." That was a bad idea. But we're not in a rush. It's pretty unusual for Lenny's not to have a delivery on Monday, because we don't deliver to them on Sunday. But oh, maybe we can. Maybe what we can do is go off when we get down Reisterstown Road, depending on what time it is when we're down there. If we're really, really early, maybe I can head off on that side street and see if there's deer are hanging out. It'll be early. Oh yeah, we definitely should not have let this car go by. Oh, we got a chance to pass him actually. We're definitely going to do it. I'm going to pass this car because I can't go quite this slow. I can go slow, but not this slow. There we go. Nobody else passed that car. See, I don't feel quite so bad being behind a long line of traffic if I can see the whole long line of traffic. But if I'm behind one car and I don't know how far it is that I'm getting behind everybody else is moving along. There's no way there's a car behind me. It's that car that we just passed. No way. No way. What is today? Today I said was the 8th. So in 7 days. So next week, they're going to be working on this road. Or at least that's the plan. I don't know what they're going to be doing to this road, but they're going to be working on it at night. So they said the sign says 8 p.m. to 5 a.m. is when there will be construction on this road. So for deliveries, that shouldn't really affect us. But it might affect my commute because this is the way I go up to the bakery, right? So I go the other direction going up.
5N247 says this is strangely calming to watch. Almost lunchtime here, while there the sun is just about to rise. Drive safe and have a great day.
All right, you too. Thanks for hanging out for a little bit. It is calming. I agree. It's a nice ride. Julian Jones is running for some office. I can see them doing work on this part of the road. This part needs some work. A couple areas here where it's kind of all right. We're going to go down the business route since we're not in a hurry. $3.79 gas. I think gas has been staying. It says $3.59, but that's for the car wash, so their gas is $3.79. They repaved this road like a month ago, maybe 3 weeks to a month ago, and they haven't painted the lines on it yet. Soon. Come on, go. Ooh, yeah. why. I'm always thinking about getting Chinese food on Mondays for some reason. Just the one day they're closed. It's kind of like getting that urge for Chick-fil-A on Sunday. That happens to me with Chinese food on Mondays. I don't really get the urge for Chinese food very often, but when I do, it's usually a Monday. Ooh, Sunoco's 402. That's weird. Everybody else is under $4. Well, I'm sure Exxon is the most expensive gas in most Maryland locations. I don't know why that is, but if you want to pay a lot for gas, you can count on Exxon to always be there for you. If you're like thinking to yourself, I realize gas is dropping a little bit, but I still want to pay $4.20, $4.30. Where can I get those prices? Well, it's probably an Exxon. Ollie's. It's changed again. That shopping center had a discount grocery store in it. It's had a couple different discount grocery stores, and now it's Ollie's, which is sort of a random weird stuff store. A cheap, random weird stuff store. Now that Sunoco was $3.86. So see that the Sunoco's, most of them are good. Coming up on Raising Cane's. I still haven't eaten there. It's now open. I mean, it's not open now, but it is now open. If that makes sense. A little traffic cluster here.
Anna says morning all.
Hey, good morning, Donna. We're on our way. Well, we're on our way in the same direction we would go if we were going to Lenny's, but Lenny's did not call in an order yesterday. So we do not have a delivery for Lenny's. So we do have Gourmet Girls, which are down here a little further down the road. So we're going to go there. But I realized as I was driving earlier that I don't really want to get to Gourmet Girls any earlier than about 6:45. So I might veer off and check out see if there are any deer in that spot. I'll take a couple minutes to do that. Because I think it would be prime time for those deer if they're open.
Anna says they're fixing their sign. Maybe.
Maybe. We will see it when we come back out. We'll ride by there. So we will find out. But yeah, so yesterday apparently they hadn't called. So somebody from the bakery called them and said, hey, are you going to have an order? And they put them on hold and never came back to the phone. So it sounds like they were very busy yesterday. But it's just weird because we don't make a delivery on Sunday. So it's unusual for them not to have a delivery on Monday. All right. Let's go see if the deer are hanging out. And then we'll come back over. Otherwise we'd be circling somewhere downtown. It would be funny if their sign was fixed today. up on it. All right, here we go. Here we go. Let's see if there's anybody over there. Oh, yeah, it's full of them. This is crazy. This is like a little sanctuary or something. All right, let me stop. These guys. I wonder if I should ride up there and stop a little closer to them. Goodness gracious, like 4 on here. There's not much. There's so many of them. It's crazy. All right, I'm gonna stop here. This is probably.
Says Craig, just an FYI that it seems to take Rosie 10 or more seconds to read my texts.
Yeah, I think she's having a. Actually, 10 seconds isn't bad. She can get as bad as 30 or more. Look at them all. They're all over there. Hold on. It's not very sharp. Picture's a little fuzzy. They're all over, man. Another group. Just everywhere. I love this field. It's just crazy. All right, they're not that clear. It's not, when I zoom in, they don't get that clear. Yeah, no, I think she is a little bit slower today. It varies, though, sometimes. She might speed up. Let's go with that. Now, remember, when I was outside of the van, you wouldn't have heard her at all. They're all just hanging out. It's like my deer field. Oops.
Anna says now even longer.
Now even longer. Well, I didn't hear anything since I've been back in the van. So I'm wondering if you typed something when I was standing outside the van. Because there might be something she didn't say at all. Or she said it, but we didn't hear it. Oh, all right, we're
Anna
gonna.
says she is now missing texts too.
No, I don't think she's missing them. I think we didn't. I don't think we were in the van. You got to remember, if I'm not by the speaker, she might say it, but we don't hear it. That happens every now and then. All right, here we go. So let's see the Lenny sign. It's still out.
Anna says okay.
Yeah, Lenny's is still out. Yeah, I think I'm hearing what you're saying now. I mean, it still might be delayed. I'm not saying delay is fixed, but I think I'm hearing it. See, that's what made me think about that speaker that I would wear. I don't know if I'm definitely going to use the speaker. The speaker I wear, I would definitely use if I was out walking. But even if I used it now, you would know when I hear something. You know what I mean? At least you know when I hear it. All right.
Anna says yes, understand.
Yeah. Chips Ahoy cookies. That's a big cookie right there. So the gourmet girls are getting most of their normal stuff. They're
Anna
getting.
says loving my Bluetooth headphones.
Oh yeah, that's nice. That is nice. Uh, stuff. Usually the charge lasts for quite a while on them too. Like I have some headphones that I think your charge should last plenty of time. See, that's a nice thing. It is a nice thing to have. Caught up in the truck. Here we go.
Anna says it says 40 hours.
Wow, that's a long time. I mean, you could use them. You might only have to recharge that once a week or less. I think I have one at home I thought was good, and it's 14. I think it's 14 hours. And when I turn it on, I don't know if yours do this, but when I turn on, oh look, she just got there. We are just on time. When I turn on the headphones, or take them out of their case, it tells me how long is left. So like when they're fully charged, it's 14 hours. But like when they turn on, they'll say, 10 hours battery remaining or whatever the time is. That's kind of a nice thing. Man, that was perfect timing. She just got out of the car. We just got here on time today. All right, let's do it. The boxes that we used today have the lids are clear. So actually, once I get in there, I might be able to show you. All right, let's see if she's coming around. Good morning. How are you? I'm good. Oh, is this the way you go in now too?
Said it also says how strong the battery is.
Yeah, that's good. Let me grab you guys.
Paula says hello, Donna.
Good morning, Hala. All right, so here we are, Gourmet Girls. Gourmet Girls. Where to put this? There we go, that'll work. There we go. But look at this. So the boxes today are clear tops. So they're the peanut butter tandies. So they're like a chocolate covered
Donna
peanut
says
butter
I'm in the Metro West Boston area. About where are you?
cakey cookie. And then they're the chocolate top cookies. And then over there we got the chocolate tops and a couple eclairs. So that is what's going into Gourmet Girls. I'm also supposed to ask them if they've got some paper. Just do one of these at a time. Bob asked me if you have some of this kind of paper we can borrow. Maybe like that much. I'll grab it. Okay. All right. I'll grab that on the way out. Thank you. Chocolate top cookies. Lots of them in there. Chocolate tops. Last one. This one goes in the refrigerator. The eclairs in it. Door closed. Oh, there you are. Good morning. Good morning. All right, borrow some paper. All right, guys, let me turn you around. Let's head back. I guess I should close this door.
Paula says once in a while, Donna. I will be in that area tomorrow.
Where are you going to be? Where are you going to be? Hold on. Let me go close that door. All right, let me catch up. Let me catch up what's going on. All right, so we got Gourmet Girls is done. Head out to what today? Let's see. You guys are talking about. The Metro West Boston. Oh, you're going to Central Park tomorrow? What's going to happen in Central Park tomorrow? Holla's hitting the big park. All right. Done there. Good. Because we didn't have Lenny's today. I'm feeling a little weird, but here we go. Off to what a day.
Paula says, is this the place that asked you to use a different door?
Yeah, yeah. And it looks like they even go in that door now. We got there at the same time as Elsa. That's Elsa. So when we pulled up, she was just getting there, which was good timing and I knew we might get here early today because we didn't have a Lenny's delivery. So she goes in that door now too. I think they're doing something with that other area. There goes the bread guy. I think that bread guy's going up to Lenny's.
Paula says, a festival block party right by the park.
There is always something going on in New York City, that's for sure. Did you see, I didn't get to watch the whole thing yet, but did you see that John did a car show? He's branching out. I think he did car shows before, but he's trying to get back to his car shows. I saw that. He's posted a couple of things recently. That was a live. Whoa, the hell? That is pretty crazy. Those guys are going to kill somebody. That is insane. So the car thing, I think it was live. I missed it, but I think it was live, actually. Because, yeah, it was. It was definitely alive.
Paula says maybe they want people to think they make everything, not getting it from the bakery. At Donna says yes, saw it in Walk by Lake.
And the Walk by the Lake, yeah. He did that too. Now the Walk by the Lake he just did that as a video though, right? I don't think he did that live because he wanted to, the silly thing was, I wasn't watching that one because I was driving. So I saw it came up, in my list. I'm like, oh, that looks good. And then I was listening to it while I was driving home from the bakery yesterday. But
says not sure.
But I really should have watched that one instead of just listened to it because kind of the whole point of being there was to see it. So I got to go back and look at that again.
Paula says, oh, good. I was trying to encourage him to take time and do things for himself.
Yeah, I didn't get to watch the whole. What do people do? You would think I'm driving incredibly slow, but I'm not. Look, I'm going. The speed limit's 30. I'm going 40, and people are flying by me like I'm in a parking lot. Yeah, I got to go back and watch. Actually, I need to watch both of his again because I didn't see the whole car show. And then at the lake,
Paula says nothing silly about not watching if you're driving. At Donna says he has a talent in making the more basic things in life interesting.
Yeah, he does. He does. That's true. Yeah, but what I was thinking was it was the type of video, the one especially at the lake It's the type of video where it's mostly about, oh, look at this, look at that. And if you're not watching it, it's kind of bad. That horseshoe crab. I saw your horseshoe. Have I talked to you about that one yet? I don't think so. I saw your horseshoe. I was on your horseshoe crab live for a little while. I don't know if you saw me in there. I think I talked a couple of times, but I don't know if you saw me. But yeah, I was watching that. That was pretty fascinating. Like, basically, I tuned it. I think you'd been online for a little while, but you were standing there talking with the lady, and where she was giving her talk. And as soon as I chimed in to the,
Paula says they are in a rush to be productive on a Monday morning.
I guess. Yeah, maybe. Maybe they're really excited about going to work today. Or maybe they're late. Maybe they needed to be at work at 6 o'clock. Wherever they
Paula
are.
says no, I didn't see you. I am sorry.
That's all right. No, I didn't think you did. Well, because you were talking with her, and there was a lot of stuff going on. But it was pretty fascinating. I didn't realize that you could like it kind of creeped me out a little bit when she would put her hand inside the shell and the little crab arms would kind of come like hug. They would put their crab claws around her hand. That looked like an experience that I wouldn't want to have, but I guess it was okay. But shortly after I tuned in is when she was talking about.
Paula says those crabs are fascinating and she is very knowledgeable on the subject.
Yeah. Like right after I tuned in, she was talking about mating scars. So of course I couldn't look away after that. I was like, I didn't understand what an optical sensor on a tail was either. I still don't understand how that works.
Paula says she was trying to get them to release some eggs.
Oh, yeah.
Paula says that was the hook line for you.
Yeah, that was mating scars. And it wasn't like an emotional scar, it was a real scar. Now, did you know that she was going to be there? Like, is that a thing? that they do on a scheduled basis or something? Like I heard you saying that you had parked like a half a mile away and walked to where they were. So it sounded like you expected them to be there. Like, is that what they do on a regular basis? 'Cause it was pretty full. Let's go. You know, that water tower up there has like 1 million cell tower things on it. Dealership has a big American flag.
Paula says so soon after, there was a crazy storm that did a lot of damage. So it was good they ended early and I reached the car.
Oh. Yeah, that was Saturday. Was that Saturday night? We had thunderstorms on Saturday night. Came through. I think it's neat that you can get to the beach.
Paula says yes. I knew she was going to be there. I had signed up to attend.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's good. So it's organized like that. Oh, we got an emergency vehicle. A little excitement. Probably going to pull that car out of a tree. Those two cars were racing. I think it's great that you live that close. Like that whole, like there's so many things you can do up there. Like for me to get to the beach, it takes me 2.5 to 3 hours to get to the ocean. All right, so this fire engine is definitely not going very fast anymore.
Paula says that's the type of lights and siren I envision you should have on the van.
You think, just to get like an emergency donut run? What a Day is finally back to their normal size border.
Paula says it would have came in handy on NDD.
Yeah, this is true. Well, somebody, maybe it was your boardwalk. Yeah, because I think it was Friday. The funny thing about Friday night, when I tuned into your live when you were on the boardwalk, this was
Paula
kind of...
says I need to put my guess in for the sign light if it's still open. At Donna says Craig must be nice to be back to normal. You worked very hard.
It is. It is good to be back to normal. It was busy. It was a busy weekend. I mean, aside from just the donuts, and with the trays and all this. But yes, you can put your guess in because it's not. It was still out this morning. We didn't deliver to Lenny's, but we drove by and.
Donna says maybe they will change the name.
Well, I mean, it's not. Lenny doesn't own it anymore.
Paula says yes, that was too much light work on NDD.
Definitely. Oh, I was going to say though, when I tuned into your boardwalk video, your live stream on Friday night in the boardwalk, so I had gone home, I took a nap, I got up, and then I came, and then I signed. When I signed on and saw that you were live, I clicked in, and the first thing I saw somebody say was, "Hey, do you know it's National Donut Day?" I was like, I can't believe I just signed on and somebody's talking about donuts. That was Friday night, I think.
Paula says are all the trays washed.
Well, yes, all the trays from Friday are washed. Now, so That I took mostly on Saturday. Almost all I did on Saturday was wash trays. I got some other stuff done, but that was the majority. I mean, after my deliveries, I worked on the trays. And then I didn't get it completely done. And then yesterday, I got through everything that from then, but I mean, it was still, the regular daily work was coming in. So I didn't completely wipe out all the trays. Like Dave, who will be getting there this morning, is going to have more trays left. There are always trays coming in throughout the day because, like, even when I'm there all day Sunday, there are people still working for a few hours after I leave. And so there's...
Paula says, sorry if I kept you awake, but I thought ending where I started was a good thing.
Oh, yeah, no, you didn't keep me up. I mean, I would have been up anyway. I had good sleep that day, actually. That wasn't that late, I don't think. And I think I probably slept from...
Anna says, so impressive that they and you can handle that volume.
Oh, it's crazy. It is. It was a crazy time. Yeah, I got to try to chop up. I had a camera running one time while I was back there working, and I put it in a couple of different spots to get a few different angles. And I think what I'll have to do is just take a few little pieces out of that video, and I'll probably talk over it. So I'll get a shot of, so you can kind of like see what it is that we do back there.
Paula says, so like you soft, shoe question. Do you wash, dry or wash, dry, dry?
What? Is that how you... Did Rosie just have a stroke, or is that how you typed it? What? I'm not sure what your question is. I was trying to follow that question. I don't dry. So basically, the process when you wash dishes, if you've ever had a dishwashing type job, which I never had before this, what I'm doing now. So I didn't know this. It's like a 3-step process. You wash, you rinse, and you sterilize. So the sinks are usually set up with you've got like 3 tubs.
Paula says, as my father used to say, it's one for the books.
It's one for the books. Dollars to donuts. But so if you're
says I typed it like that.
You did. So if you're washing dishes that are like, things that are going to contain the food, like a dish or a bowl or something like that, you wash it, you rinse it, and then there's a tub for sterilizing it. So it's a 3-step process. Now, some of the stuff, like some of the tubs and things that aren't really serving dishes, you can wash and rinse. If it's just something like a tray that the donuts sit on, sometimes but yeah, it's a regular process. But then what we do is I just let them air dry. So we kind of stack up the trays and have them separated so that they get a little air after I wash them. But, and aside from the trays, you got the plastic containers.
Mama says it's a science, not an art.
It is. Although I try to make it like an art. I try to do it with style. I do. And usually I'm either listening to some music or a podcast or something. I don't remember. I think I did have the radio on while I was filming. So if I use that film, I'm going to probably, or if I use that video footage, I'm probably going to talk, dub in my voice, explaining what I'm doing instead of. I did try to talk about it while I was doing it, but then I thought that's kind of silly because I don't want to have the first. The audio wasn't
Anna says, or
that
make a
great.
game out of it. At Paula says, that was my question. How do you dry them? When you have so many.
Yeah, I just stack them up, and then they dry. You like stack them, but you kind of shift them so that there's space between them instead of having them sitting inside each other like they usually stack. It's actually better to let stuff dry like that because if you use towels, you shouldn't use towels on stuff like that because the towels could leave little pieces of lint and stuff
Paula
like
says,
that.
do you ever listen to I Love My Job type of music?
I love my job type of music. What type of music is that? Like anything that I would listen to while I was working would be I love my job type. But I mean, usually energetic or I like energetic music when I'm working. '70s, '80s. I listen to a lot of '70s and '80s and stuff like that. One time, I was in a mood for Frank Sinatra. Recently, I was in the mood for Frank Sinatra. And what's funny is most of the girls that work there, they're mostly there's Bob, there's me, and then that's it. Everybody else is female. And the girls, most of them are like in high school and stuff. So they come back and they're like,
At Donna says, I listen to party tunes for motivation.
yeah, part like that kind of music. But the day I was listening to Frank Sinatra, the girls were coming back and they're like, "What is this?" Like I would say energetic is one, party. Their workout, sometimes the workout music is good, but sometimes that gets too,
Anna says, nice thing about Frank is that you can understand the lyrics.
yeah, true. True. I mean, I kind of I remember that stuff when I was little. Frank's
Paula
not,
says, yes. I figured you air dried them but was thinking they must take up a lot of space. Didn't think about staggering them.
yeah, so exactly. So what they do, they're standing up on their end on the, and then just staggering back and forth. And it doesn't take too long. And sometimes if it's nice out, I didn't do this uh, on Saturday, but if it's nice out, I'll set up on a rack outside. I'll set up a place where I can put them outside. They dry a lot faster out there. All right, I don't think they're coming today. Should I call? What time is it? 6:24. Yeah, let's call. What a day cafe. Hey, it's Craig. I'm out back. Thank you. All right. Oh, there he is. Good morning. How are you? He got me. Thank you. That was a busy weekend, wasn't it? Yeah. When I came in on Saturday, you had trays. Oh, look at that film. I wonder if I have on that film. I know I have a film of me washing trays. It's very exciting. But I'm wondering if it shows how I think it does. Go grab you guys. Where are we gonna go today? Let's go. Let's do the door, maybe. The sun is on the door. Yeah, the sun is on the door. I think if you go there, you're gonna have too much sun. So I think we got to do this one. There we go. I mean, I had 5 stacks of probably 70 trays. So what is that? 350 trays, right? And they do use trays like this, some of these trays, to bake sheet cakes. Because you'll have a sheet cake that like has layers, and that's what the layers, each layers. Like the rainbow cakes come out of something sort of like that. Which I'm working on that video too. I'm working on a video for the process, the rainbow cake process. What are they getting today? They're getting 76 donuts. It's nothing today. Easy peasy. There's the chocolate glazed. Big seller. Big seller. Oreos. Four cronuts. Oh, look, we only have one coconut mini Danish today. 4 cinnamon buns. I mean, sorry, 6. 6 cinnamon buns. 5 large Danish. And that's it. It's nothing compared to the last few days. All right, we got that. Close this. Blueberry. All right, have a good day, guys. All right. We got a check, ladies and gentlemen. Let's do that. No, that. There we go.
Anna says, are the donuts dropped into a vat of oil to cook, or is there a conveyor?
No, they are. They're not in oil. It's they're baked. I mean, they're in the oven. They're not. So they don't do the running them through the like you see at a Krispy Kreme. They're not like that. So they're probably healthier for you. They're not quite so. They don't have all the oil in them. All right, here we go.
Paula says a lot of bakeries are adjusting the color of their rainbow cookies and black and white cookies here, and also bagels are being made blue and orange. Donna says even the raised donuts.
Even the raised donuts. The well, is that because of the Knicks, right? Like everybody's today's isn't there's a game tonight, right? Big game. I think the president's going to be up there. Now, when they have something like that, like if you're in the city, I don't think Madison Square Gardens is not right by Central Park. I know that, but now will there be an impact?
Paula says I thought they were deep fried. That does sound better, like Kendra made them.
Yeah, it's more like what Kendra does, yes. Well, she didn't deep fry them, did she? Didn't she put them in the oven? Yeah, they're not deep fried. But Holly, it did make me think. So if you
Says yes. Tonight they are playing home.
so are you going to Central Park today? Because like, is there a possibility that there's going to be a like with does that have an impact on the way traffic and commuting will have an effect on that? I would think it would. Especially if they have to shut down streets if the president's going there.
Paula says no, she baked them. And she had nice forms, like molds.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. I remember. They were in that little silicon things.
Paula says no, I am going tomorrow evening.
Oh, tomorrow. Okay. But no, Donna, we don't deep fry anything. Everything's in the oven. I know at Krispy Kreme you can watch them making the donuts, right? And they're like on a conveyor belt type of thing. Is that what you were thinking? I know what you're thinking of. It's like the
Anna says that's good. Healthier. At Paula says I am not sure if they got the permit for outside viewing party outside MSG.
now what time is that game tonight? Like 8?
Paula says but people will definitely be out in the streets.
Yeah. That's very cool. I thought it was neat that one group that was sitting around their TV. Well, they had the TV like uh, projected up on the wall. The one group that you walk by. Oh, and I did go back and look at the shark. And you're right, they did act very funny. I guess I guess they might have just been like they didn't know what to do because they couldn't get the hook out of his mouth. They were
Paula says I am not sure. Probably A. At Paula says another cement truck.
another cement truck. Tomorrow's Tuesday. See, now here's what I'm thinking. Today's Monday, right? So yesterday we did not have a delivery. We don't normally have deliveries to Lenny's on Sunday. That's normal. So yesterday we did deliver to them. They didn't call in an order for today, so we did deliver to them today. And normally we don't deliver to them on Tuesday. But something tells me that we're going to have a delivery to Lenny's tomorrow. I think we will. What do you guys think? I mean, I'm just guessing. Do you guys think we're going to have a delivery?
Says it is, but the media focuses on the troublemakers or bad actors, not the majority of people celebrating.
Yeah, well, that's true. That's very true. Like, if one person climbs up a light pole and tears down a flag or something, they're going to focus on that. That's like nobody else was there, just the person that did something bad.
Paula says a cement truck passed you going opposite way.
Oh, okay. I missed it.
Anna says, Craig, I trust your intuition here.
You think we're going to have Lenny's tomorrow? I bet we do. Maybe tomorrow and not Wednesday. Or maybe both. Maybe a little order. I don't know.
Anna says I will keep my fingers crossed. At Paula says, is this a mini contest? An A or B question?
Yeah, this is a mini contest. What do you think? Will Lenny's, and here's the situation. Normally, Lenny's has a delivery every day except Sunday and Tuesday. They're the 2 days that they don't. So we didn't deliver them on Sunday. Now we're not delivering to them on Monday. So
Paula says dollars to donuts. Lenny is gonna need a delivery.
Okay, all right. So we all agree that they're probably going to need a delivery tomorrow. I think so. Yeah. Which is kind of good. I mean, that's good. That way we do the whole circle. Normally Sundays and Tuesdays are very short days. Driving, because we usually only have one a day. So it's only about an hour.
Anna says if they don't normally do it, I would say no.
If they don't normally do it. They don't. Tuesdays, they don't. You think no? See, normally Sunday and Tuesdays are not delivery days. But I'm thinking because they missed today on a Monday that they're going to need it tomorrow.
Paula says unless you get back and they say, oh, we forgot you gotta go back to Lenny's.
Nah, they won't say that, I don't think. I don't think they'll say that. Because I don't think the management people at Lenny's are really there until
Anna
later.
says someone needs to take the other side, so no for Tuesday.
Okay. All right. I don't know. I think you're putting yourself in the losing category. And maybe, but here's the thing. If we do have a Lenny's delivery, I'll be leaving at 5:15 instead of 6 o'clock. So I'll know that if they call in this afternoon for an order tomorrow, I'll have to adjust the start time on tomorrow's live stream.
Paula says, see, I came up with AC option in this A or B question.
You did, but I don't think there's anybody at Lenny's yet that would be in a position to make that decision, even if they wanted to.
Anna says, so will they call you to come in earlier?
Sometimes I would think they would, but yeah, they will. They'll let me know. Yeah, I was just thinking because one time I went in and Lenny's didn't have an order like today, but they were the only one that day. Like it was a Friday. So like if it was a Friday and Lenny's didn't have an order, I really wouldn't need to leave the bakery until 6. Today it didn't matter because we still had Gourmet Girls, and they're like basically in the same neighborhood.
Paula says that throws off your whole programming schedule.
Really does. It throws a monkey wrench. Why is it called a monkey wrench, by the way? But it throws a monkey wrench in the whole delivery scenario. Today was pretty normal because I'd go down there anyway. The Gourmet Girls. But if that happened on a Friday or a Saturday or a Wednesday, then I wouldn't have to leave the bakery quite so early. Then it would really throw me off.
Anna says, I hope you are able to sleep tonight not knowing LOL.
Well, yeah, I will. I'll be able to sleep. Because I get up at the same time regardless. Even on the days when I'm going to start driving at 6 instead of 5:15, which are Sundays and Tuesdays normally, I still get up at the same time.
Paula says, do you have a special phone for the bakery like the bat phone? Is it shaped like a croissant or almond horn?
No. It's like an eclair, actually. It's sort of like, I have the E26. It's an eclair 26. It's the newest model. There's that blue. Look, I didn't even know. Is that the blue or black? My sense of color, I think it was black. 367. Is that price still going down? Wise. The gas at Wise keeps getting cheaper. You know, you had said earlier with Lenny's might be changing their name. I don't think that's what's happening. But I mean, it's around the time that that would happen if it was going to happen. You know how like whenever one company buys another company, I've been through this many times in my life, right? So you have at least in the financial world, you have one firm that buys another firm. And so sometimes for a while, they call themselves by both names. Like, I'll give you an example. Like Morgan Stanley bought Smith Barney many years ago. They're both brokerage firms. So Morgan Stanley bought Smith Barney. And for a long time, they called themselves Morgan Stanley Smith Barney. Like that was the name of the company.
Paul says it may affect my sleep. If you have to come on early, you should have the music and graphics of life when they have breaking news special reports.
I'd put out a community post. That would be funny. Maybe I'll have to do something like that. I'll make a short. See, I think it's funny. Some of the shorts that I will make absolutely no sense to anybody except us. You know what I mean? Like even
Anna says, I think it will affect my sleep too.
Could be. Could be. But I could see that happening with Lenny's. Somebody else bought Lenny's. I don't know. I don't even know what their name is, but they bought the company, and they've retained the name Lenny's. Now with Lenny's, it's kind of because their clientele. I mean, even though I think
says yes, I know exactly what you mean with the names.
Yeah, and then they drop it later, right? So they go Morgan Stanley buy Smith Barney, so they become Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, and that's the name for like 5 years or something. And then once everything settles down, then they drop the Smith Barney part and they go back to just Morgan Stanley, which is exactly what they did. And that's pretty typical.
Says Sears Roebuck.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. And there's a whole process that goes through, like, and I've having gone through this so many times, it's like I could tell you step by step what's going to happen, right? Like first the new company comes in and says, "Oh, nothing's going to change. We value all the stuff that you do, blah blah blah." You know, it's like a whole big thing. Like everything's going to stay the same. We're not going to lay anybody off. You're going to keep your jobs. We're going to keep all the same culture and all that. And then slowly, the senior people at your old company start to leave. They all find something else to do. They all had retainers for a while, so they had to stay there for a little while, so they got a big check. But then they eventually leave. And I'm not saying this is just the way it is. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It's just what happens. So they all leave. You're kind of stuck back. Then you get sucked into the new company's full operation, and they get rid of the old stuff. Every time that happens, and it can happen over and over again to the same company if they keep moving from one company to another. So that could be what's happening to Lenny's, but I don't think so because it's not like a bigger restaurant chain bought them.
Paula says so. My guess is not necessarily a different name, but a different sign. Neon is expensive to fix. I am thinking they will use that plastic crap sign they use now.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, that's true. They'll go for whatever's the least expensive, I think, is what they'll probably do. But I think they've got to keep the Lenny's name, or else all their customers will just leave. It's a very, very dedicated, loyal community, and there are people that go there just because it's Lenny's. And I don't. I think the people that bought it, it's not like they own a large chain of restaurants. So there's not another name that they would be using that I could think of. But you never know.
Atala says I know exactly what you mean. You sound like this happened to you. You sound a bit disgruntled.
I'm not really disgruntled, but yeah, I mean, it's a sad thing. I worked for a brokerage firm that had been around since 1800. We were the oldest investment banking firm in the United States. And it was a fantastic company. So I'm not really disgruntled. I mean, it happens. You can't avoid it. But it was sad. It was more sad than disgruntled. It's a funny experience. And then I worked with companies, like my clients at one point in my life were companies or other financial industry companies, and they were being purchased by bigger companies. And so I was watching the same thing happen to them.
Atala says sometimes that's part of the deal, an agreement to continue to use the name.
Yeah, for a certain period of time. I agree. You're right. You're absolutely right. And they do it so that they retain customers. I mean, they're still selling the name of the company, that original company that I worked for, 30 years ago or whatever. They're still trying to use the name, but it's not the same.
Atala says I really do know what you mean. A new boss or group comes in and wants to change things for no reason.
Yeah, or they because they want to change things sometimes because they want to just use the process they use. They don't want to run like two systems, and it makes sense. Like they already have a process in place and they have a whole system built up, and they don't want to be running a separate system. So they want you to get absorbed into their process. It's cheaper and it makes more sense. I mean, you don't want to run two different programs.
Anna says we had a local bakery close after over 100 years by same family. They just closed. Did not sell.
Oh, they didn't sell, they just sold it? I mean, they just closed it? Yeah.
Anna says we had a local bakery close after over 100 years by same family. They just closed. Did not sell.
Rosie really wanted to make that point. It's odd that they didn't sell it. That is odd. Like,
Anna says we had a local bakery close after
goodness.
over 100 years by same family.
What?
They just closed. Did not sell.
Did you? Are you typing that a lot, or is Rosie just having a sort of some
Anna
kind
says we had a local bakery
my,
close after over 100 years by same family. They just closed.
Really?
Did not sell.
Really?
Donna says I think Rosie went there.
I think she could.
Paula says I think they do it in steps like you 3-step tray washing technique. Unfortunately we are the trays.
Yeah, no, that's a good. There's an analogy. That's a good analogy. We're just a tray. I'm nothing but a dirty bakery tray. Covered with sugar. And maybe a stray M&M.
Anna says we are just trays in the conveyor of life.
That's right. I'm just like a big tray on wheels right now. Moving my donuts. Oh, that car's not supposed to go that way.
Paula says we are just a tray to serve them.
Or a serving tray. That would be a serving tray. A big serving tray. Life is a big serving tray. Yeah, that's true. Well, Jennifer's sister sold her bakery in Ocean City, New Jersey, but like that bakery isn't going to keep Lisa's name or anything. Basically, when you say you sold, by saying she sold her bakery, she basically just signed over the lease.
Paula says they wash us and all the goodness we once held, then put us out in the sun to dry.
Yeah, that's true. This really is a close connection. All right, guys. So here's the deal. If Lenny's calls in an order today, I'll go online and change my scheduled time tomorrow from 6 o'clock to 5:15, because then tomorrow would be a 2 delivery type day. I'm going to bet that they do, because I can't see them going 3 days without any delivery. So that's my guess. I'm going to stick with that guess. But otherwise, thank you for riding along. I appreciate everybody's chatting during the ride. It's fun. And I hope you have a good day. Are you going to the library today, Donna? We got library.
Donna says have a great day all.
All right. Oh, I didn't ever turn my lights out today. I should have turned the lights off. All right, guys.
Donna says no.
Oh, no library today. All right. All right, everybody. Have a great day. Enjoy it. I hope it's good weather everywhere. and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.
Paula says take care everyone.